Right, so I got the toolkit out, got our pistons and rings and bits and pieces and spares. The engine cleaned up a wee bit enough to strip it. A little bit was just hanging on by a thread, so it's just falling off. So we'll get a little tear down on it. So if you want to see more of the ek4 stuff or Thunder Tiger stuff, just like and subscribe, and then you'll know when I've put something on. If you want to ask me any questions, you can. Just doing a basic strip down on this anyway. Like I said, I don't expect much from it. It's just an eBay car. Obviously the head's going to have to be replaced. We did speak earlier on about it having upgraded flywheel, upgraded clutch, and the back plate is actually upgraded, because I went and took my other one up, and it's the same as what's on it. The original one's actually flat, just a flat plain black back plate. So alright, so let's get our first look in here. Just a little bit wet from me cleaning it. Looks like the head gasket was leaking quite badly. Anyway, someone's tried to start it. Basically the head bolts were loose on it. There's some white sealant around the carb, like someone was chasing an air leak on it anyway. So check your head screws, guys. That's pretty disgusting. So if you want to put all your screws separately, you can. I'm quite familiar with these engines, so I know what's what. So all of these screws and everything coming off the engine, like I say, will be going into the ultrasonic cleaner. And I noticed that the venturi was missing from the carb also, so that's not going to help with the idle gap and whatever. So I've ordered a set from Germany, a carb rebuild kit. So that's what we'll do with that. Let's get a tissue. See, I think the head gasket must be on the head still. Yeah, you can just see the gasket there. Hold on. No, anyway, the gasket is there. I don't want to pick that up because I don't want to bend it, because I don't actually have a replacement at the moment. So for all intensive purposes of trying it out, the thread hole looks fine in there. It's just unfortunate it had a wee bit of a bend at the top, or I would have tried to just clean the top of it up and put it back on, because it's quite a substantial head as it is. We'll just buy the Coke can head, the red one. We'll go with that. The gasket is there, and that was the front facing direction. Well, it should have been, but it was turned. So it was, instead of being like that, I think it was like that. There was a hole out anyway. You can just see the small, what is it, the small mark there where the front of the liner is. Right, okay. So, I suppose we can get the carb off it. See what the lights are in here. Oh dear, it's pretty solid. It's got all that sealer on it. We'll be cleaning all this off and it'll be going back to standard O-ring. That won't be staying. See if it's chance it and see if it's gonna. No. So we'll put that screw back in. Leave it loose. What we'll do is we'll just put this back in and give it a little tap on the screwdriver. And that's just taking the other side of the pinch out. And we'll keep trying to push that through. There you go, it's pretty loose now. It's the wee pinch collar. So we'll see if the carb comes out. Oh, did move. It'd be nicer if we just come straight up. Right. Just see if this other side will push through. It's a better screwdriver. No. It's pretty solid in there. Right. Try and get this lined up. Use the right size would be helpful. And so I guess a gentle persuade. I don't think it actually moved at all. Just open it. I don't have to put bearings in it, but I'm sure it will. I'm no expert, but just a DIY guy. I know you're thinking just twist it and pull it out, but I don't want to mark the I don't want to mark the body. I don't want to mark the carb. So. Still quite tight. So I need to get this out. that should be far enough away now that it shouldn't be holding. There you go. And there's the O-ring that would have been doing a sufficient job if it wasn't covered in. Don't do that, guys, unless you're desperate. Crankshaft looks in reasonable condition. Liner's got a little bit of corrosion on the top, I can see, but it is below the ring line. Oh yeah, got spares, so there's no big deal if I had to put a liner in it. And there's the point, notch of the piston to the front, because it's a ringed engine, obviously. You can see the back of the liner there. And the bearings feel very nice, and it does still have, you can hear it, there's a lot of punch. So like I say, I do have better liners, so I've got piston and ring over there as well. It's not going to make any difference. Right. Genuine TT carb. So like I say, I've ordered a rebuild kit for this carb. You get that, and you get the Venturi and a few other miscellaneous bits and pieces. We'll get this cack off here. Look like they come off quite easily. Tissue. So we'll get near the end of the video. We'll tell you how much I paid for it, how much I've spent on it, and why their budget builds are really budget builds, because you know they're not. You know, you pay, well, I'll tell you now, I paid £60 for this car off of eBay, £15 delivery, so 75 quid all in. I had to buy the kit for this from Germany, so that was another tenner postage, so that's 85. And then it was like another 7 for the needle and the Venturi, the rebuild kit. So you're up near, you know what I mean. I was near 90 quid already, but there's no point trying to run it with the right equipment, because it'll just rev up and down and take off and stall, and you'll not know what you're chasing. So it's clean enough to get it cleaned in the ultrasonic cleaner, so we'll just put that aside now. Just cover the wee inlet again, just for being pedantic. Right, so we'll take this off before we take the backplate assembly off. It's just easier. And in here you have the metal upgraded clutch rather than the clutch shoes, which takes the smaller flywheel and the smaller clutch bell. So that, like I say, it's been upgraded, and the backplate's been upgraded, so that's good news. There was a little bit of float in this bell housing, so we'll have to see what's happening there. That's good, it's all stayed together. I'll put the screw back in here for talk's sake. So having a look at this inside, there is clutch material there, because that's just a metal throwout, and then the clutch is actually inside. The one that I have is actually fabric, has a fabric roll in it, so I don't know if this one needs a new roll applied. Would imagine it sound very good. So I almost forgot about that. You'll be able to take this all the way out now because the carb was in it before. You can't just push a piece in, because what it actually, if you push the piece in, it'll catch the back of the carb and break it while it's in. So that's why it's important to get the carb out first, and you don't want to twist it because it can actually score the metal, and then it will give you a potential air leak. It depends how rough you are with it. So when the carb out, it goes basically all the way through. Let's put that aside again. So clutch off. I'll definitely say there's meant to be clutch material in there, so I'll have to look into that as well. I don't think I have any spanners here, so I'm just going to have to actually take this up for this. Get this nut off. It's probably not going to be easy. Right, tell you what, if the crank's okay, I'll just leave it in place just now. I'm just going to have to work on that a wee bit and get the proper tool. I'll just take the back plate off and we'll see. I think there's a bit of white sealer on the back plate as well. Just seen it on the screw there. See what happens here. It's stuck because of the sealer. So got a little edge there, So what we can potentially do is, there you go, just take it up. Juicy. Okay, so everything's going to have to come out. The bearings are going to have to be replaced. Right, okay, well, you can see in the back it has had a lot of oil in it, but oil also holds condensation, water around it. So that is definitely going to have to be torn down completely. Okay. Well, we'll leave this one here. We'll get ready for the next one. The rod and everything looks okay. There doesn't seem to be any wear on it. So it is salvageable, but we'll have to look into a set of bearings, at least. And a piston and ring. A liner. Okay. Well, see you next time.